Well, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. tells us, and oh my God, this is scary. So yesterday, an intruder climbed over his fence at his home and was arrested. And then after being released from police custody later in the day, he immediately returned to my home and was arrested again. Now, you might know the background to the story, that RFK Jr. has asked for Secret Service protection and has been denied by Biden. Now, you might say to yourself, but Scott, I saw that story. Sure you did. Yeah. The story the Democrats are seeing is that he's not eligible. That's what Democrats are seeing. That's the news that is abusing Democrats right now, is that he's not eligible. Well, let me say this as clearly as possible. First of all, I'm pretty sure he is eligible because there's some precedent with precedent with Obama, who was also not technically eligible but got it anyway. Do you know why Obama got protection, even though maybe it wasn't technically eligible? Because there was a real good chance somebody was going to fucking kill him. That's why. You need a better reason than that? Really? Yeah, you're going to look at the paperwork, right? Who the hell is going to look at the paperwork to decide if you're going to save somebody's life? I mean, how evil is that? It's not like we ran out of money for this one thing. So just think about this. Joe Biden's plan right now is to jail his main challenger for the White House, Trump, and to leave the other one vulnerable to assassination. That's happening right in front of us. Now, none of those things are really controversial in terms of the facts. I'm pretty sure that if the Biden administration, led by Biden, wanted to not have local states and whatever prosecuting Trump, I'm pretty sure they could make it happen, through a political process, not necessarily a legal one, which would be the more reasonable thing to do. But right in front of us, with, let's say, the tacit blessing of the White House, which they do bless it, they're trying to jail the person who's leading in the polls. He's leading in the polls. And his challenger is trying to put him in jail for any fucking thing they can come up with, if they can, concoct anything that looks like a crime. And then in that context, they're leaving the, some would say, one of the strongest contenders. I think Vivek's pretty strong, in the next tier. But to leave this guy vulnerable to actually assassination, and it's a risk, it's an outside risk, it's not a normal risk, it's a way above average risk. And you're going to leave him unprotected. Right? Now, if you can't say that a Democrat absolutely needs to be protected from a clear and obvious risk just because you're a Republican, well, then you kind of suck. Right? It has nothing to do with anybody's politics or who's what. But this isn't really political. You don't let a human citizen of the United States be unprotected in this scenario when that citizen is running to help the United States. He seems to be primarily motivated by making something right, fixing stuff. Anyway, this is one of the most evil things I've ever seen, and yet there's no move to impeach Biden over it. What could be more impeachable than trying to jail your biggest opponent and intentionally leaving the other one vulnerable to assassination? Can you think of anything that would be more worthy of taking somebody out of office? Now, maybe it doesn't technically violate any laws. I'd impeach him anyway. I mean, at some point, you just got to put down a marker.